Yeah.
So now, tell us about Baby Maine or Baby J or Maine.
Jemaine. I met Jemaine when he was 15. Him and my sister started dating. And he was from Lincoln. He had his little crew. And they was funny. What? You so crazy. Nah, they had their little crew going on, and he was a real charismatic little dude, funny, getting money. They was hustling out in DC. I remember it was one dude that was with them. I think Rich Porter tried to give them something one time, and they was like, "Nah, we good," because they was doing their own thing. So they was definitely getting money out in DC. You know. So my sister was in junior high school. She was right. She was coming to school
Oh
with her
man.
little stuff on. I remember her telling me that the guidance counselor came to her. I was like, "Excuse me, um, we heard you're messing with a drug dealer." She was like, "What?" So she tried to,
Wow.
yeah. So he took care of her. He was good. He was a good dude. Good dude.
And at the time, who were you messing with at this time? Who were you dealing with?
Lou, Lou. Well, later on, because she met Jemaine in like '87. But 2 years after they broke up, we were still a family.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, still was
Jemaine
cool.
was in my life from the age of 15 to the day he died. So
Okay.
he was always around. Even when my sister got pregnant, got a new man, got pregnant, had a baby, he was always there.
So who were you messing with when Jermaine was going through all the situation with Pop Lotti?
I was with his cousin Boogs in '99, cause that's Pop Lotti. Pop Lotti shot Jemaine up February of 1999. He shot him 5 times, kind of by mistake. He was scared, so he just let off 5 shots, and all 5 shots caught him.
By mistake.
Yeah, kinda. I would say that because
Respect.
Boogs started to argue. Okay, this is what happened. Pop Lottie and this other guy from my building was messing with somebody that was down with Jermaine and them.
Mm-hmm.
So later on that night, Jermaine and them came to my block, and an argument ensued between Boogs and someone else. So the dude that's arguing with Boogs had his hand in his pocket and shot through his jacket. Pop Lottie got nervous, from what I hear, and just started letting off shots, and like 5 shots hit Jermaine. That's something that he didn't want to do, but it's something that happened. And if you scared, it's like shit, I'm going to, get you before you get me. And that's what happened that night. And Jermaine got shot 5 times.
And he survived.
And he survived. It didn't hit anything vital. And when he survived that, it was like, oh, he just thought you know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, wow. He was a funny little dude with the Tupac shit and all kind of shit going on, the posters.
And he was getting money.
Oh, he was getting money. After that, he was getting money then, but after that, he started that heroin thing was big. He had a 18-month run that made dudes look like yo, how did you do this? Yeah.
So bring us to like, all right. So now Pop Lotti, and that's the first how it started between Pop Lotti and Maine.
Well, he had cut Pop Lottie, if I'm not mistaken, like some months before that. Yeah, he had cut him in the face, I think. Yeah.
So then he gets shot 5 times. Then what happens next? Let's go through the steps.
The beef, it was still a little beef with him, of course, but it was another main dude that was from my block. You had 50 and this other dude that was like the thoroughest dudes from my block. And this dude, he was one of those, like, it was no talking to. He was somebody that and because he's always been, at the time, he was always a bad kid. Like when we was growing up, his mother always had him in group homes and stuff like that, or throwing him out because it was just something, I don't know, but he was just always, he was bad. So he was one of those dudes that's like, I don't like you, I'm gonna get you. And that was just, So they had these back and forth little shootouts, words. and then I think the guy from my block ended up shooting someone from Jermaine's crew. So that's when it got serious. Because although they had shootouts after the 5 times, nobody was really getting hit. So when somebody else in the crew got hit, it's alleged that Jemaine put 15,000 on the dude's head, and his own man took the bounty. You know what I mean? Money.
And you don't say dude's name because he's a fish. Like he.
Yeah, I'm just I mean, he did, but Jermaine put some money on his head, and his man took it up and killed him. But what went wrong is like the very next morning, my phone ringing off the hook. I mean, the very next morning, hours that this happened, Jermaine did it, and I'm calling him like, why is it in the street like that? Like, I didn't know that was going to happen or that he even planned that. Because me and my sister would have been like, don't do it. Right. Because he had somebody that loved him. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful and, strategize how, if you're going to do something like that. And then you don't offer it to his own, don't let his own man do it, because then eventually that dude, if he'll do it to his man, he'll do it to you. But it was all over the street the next day, and then I seen him and he's walking with the dude that did it. I'm like, you bugging. Like, what's going on? Like, nah, T, I'm all right. May just be a Maine. But eventually the guy that happened, I think that guy died in March, and Jemaine was killed that June. Because I heard that somebody that was close to that dude was like, I'm gonna get him. And the night that Jemaine died, we all was supposed to go to a club downtown, because we was always going out like on the weekends or something. But something was going on, so we didn't go. So I took my daughter to eat to Amy Roof's, and I got a call that he got shot. Dog called me because I had hooked him and Dog up to do business. And when I got over there, everybody on Fifth Avenue looking crazy. I'm like, what the hell happened? And I heard he died, and that was it.
But yeah.
Honestly, but before that, a situation, I'm gonna talk about with him and Mase that happened too. I want to get into that also.
Yeah, I had got a call from a guy named Trail. Something was going on at Gauchos gym, and Trail was like, yo, T, you need to come to the gym. Maine over here acting crazy, because Jemaine had just got out. He was going through a little blood phase, but he was like a one-man blood gang.
Like non-Trey?
Right. Not like non-Trey, because Jemaine was about his business. That little young boy was something different. I didn't take him serious, to be honest with you. So I get there, he's standing in the middle of the gym floor. Nah, fuck that T, they gonna respect me. He took the little guy's cardan, took his chain. Nah, fuck that. But he didn't take it because he had anything against Cardan. He had something against Mase. And allegedly Mase disrespected him, because I don't know if Mase used to talk to his baby's mother. And after she had Jermaine's baby, he was at the house. It was just something crazy, and I don't know. I think Mase said something. I don't know if at this time the record had already came out that Mase said something on a record. So you're throwing shots. And Mase never came to get the chain, though. We ain't seen Mase since.
What do you mean you ain't seen him since?
We ain't seen him since. He left New York or whatever. So, from my understanding, he took Pop Lotti down to Atlanta. Pop Lotti came back. And I guess, I don't know if he threw the battery in these guys back to make it more intense, as far as, that's how that whole thing, this was before Pop even shot Maine the 5 times. Mase had got with these guys, and I guess, I don't know if he paid them or promised them anything, but it seems like he threw them.
Slow down. You're going 100 miles. First of all, there's nothing wrong with a man wanting to be a preacher. There's nothing wrong with a man seeing things, and because I see him in New York a couple of times. And I heard your interview. You said he We ain't seen him since. He's been in Harlem. He
Oh
got
no no no.
pictures.
He
He got
came
video.
back.
He got
Yeah.
video. He got
Yeah,
video.
yeah.
I just saw
yeah.
him like last month.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, yeah. Don't shake. Don't get nervous. Don't get nervous.
Uh-uh.
Now you're nervous when I took the shit. Yeah, yeah. I was waiting for the subject. He said that Mase was running away and all this stuff, and and you feel he put the battery in his back, but this is all alleged. We don't know that.
Yeah, I
And
said allegedly.
you did. You're very good. You're smart. But at the same time, even if if it was true and there was drama, why would he stay to put himself in danger?
I said the same thing. I wrote that in my book. I mean, if
Oh.
you smart, you'll leave because that's not your life. You're not a shooter. You're not a gangster. And me and Mase was cool back in the days. I knew his family. I was cool with his sisters, his brother. But if you're gonna disrespect a man, take shots at him, and talk crazy on a record about him, then you should be man enough to
Stand 10
face.
toes down.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Face a person, and you know what I'm saying? Don't do it from a distance. You know? No.
So yeah, was cool. You was cool with him. Then what happened?
Oh yeah, we what? I mean,
You used to mess with Mase?
nah. Mase, he claims that him and my sister used to talk if you, I mean, that's what he said. But nah, I knew Mase from a
So
youngster.
you trying to say Mase lied on his penis?
No, I'm not saying that.
talked to your
They
sister.
definitely didn't mess around. But you know that puppy love, him and my sister, whatever. I don't
Don't
know.
be a hater, Ms.Tee. I
Oh
love
no.
you.
Oh no.
Hey, you got
He
your
said
sister.
that.
You talked to your sister, bro.
Yeah, maybe they was talking about. They definitely
Ms.Tee.
they definitely didn't mess around. But no, I like Mase. Me and him was cool. Like when Biggie died, me and him had a long conversation on the phone. So we was cool like that. But at the end of the day, Maine was my people. That was my brother. I had to pick a side when all this drama was going on. You know, me and Pop Lotti was cool. Like I loved him. He was funny as hell. But you know,
Loyalty.
yeah. So that's how that all
So
went
then,
down. It's very unfortunate because
It
really
is.
it was about nothing.
You're right.
That whole beef was about nothing.
But you think that, honestly, your personal opinion, and I'm going to ask you this, 'cause, shout out to Cam. I know Cam. Cam is my man. And I'm not going to divulge, but when I heard him talk about the situation, he did talk about it in the program one. Purple Haze 2 is coming out. Stay tuned. He has a new single out. Check it out. But when I heard that he spoke about Pop Lotti and Maine and in Europe, and he said, he ensued to some things. But in your opinion, you feel that Mase was one of the forces behind that beef? Opinion, not fact.
Right.
In your opinion, I'm
Yes.
asking your opinion.
Yes.
Do you feel that way?
Yeah, I think he put a battery on their back and made it a little more than, yeah, I do.
As a pastor, you felt he did that because he's the pastor at the time.
He is. Right. Yes, I do. Yeah.
Wow.
Because he could have ended it, you feel like, right? He could have put a stopper to all that.
He could have, because it could have just been those two men
Right.
dealing with whatever issue they had. But
I
instead,
see what you're saying.
right,
So
instead.
he was aware that in your opinion,
Oh, yeah.
he was aware that Pop Lotti had a problem with Maine, so he decided.
Oh, that's a fact. That's not even my opinion. He definitely knew that Pop and Maine had an issue, so yeah. But it could have been two men handling their issue, whichever way they wanted to do it. That beef spiraled out of control, and like I said, like 6 people died
Over nothing.
over nothing.
and how so. But like I said, listen to your interview. You said we ain't see Mase since.
I mean, I ain't seen. I know he been back because he done did a record. Wasn't it Welcome Back? That came out not too long.
But chill,
Right?
Ms.Tee.
I don't-
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Ms.Tee,
Yeah, that
wrong
was
with
like
you?
after
Why you said
2000.
that,
Yeah, that was
Ms.Tee?
about
You're bugging,
probably
bro.
02 probably.
Right,
Something like
right.
that.
So I know he did that.
T, why you said that like that, man? He said, yo, my God. Yeah. But he, what made you think he came back when things died down? In your opinion?
Yeah, I even seen him. He seen me. We was like right next to each other, but he ain't say nothing. I ain't say nothing. We was in
Where y'all seen each other at?
North Carolina, NCIAA 2 years ago.
What the hell you doing out there?
NCIAA.
What you doing out there? Who you out there
So
with?
it was
Who you was out there with? You know what I said? Oh,
me,
all right.
my daughter, and then some other people.
Who?
So Sugar J got us into some some party, and whatever section that he was in, he I was already in there, so he came. So I had some shades on. I guess he looked to make sure it was me, so I just looked at him. I ain't say nothing. You know, maybe one day we'll talk. Maybe one day, maybe we won't.
And that's what I think the problem started with Cam, because I'm reading that Cam said, then I watch him play Pop Lotti against Baby Maine. At this time, I'm moving heroin in Maryland. They both died, and this nigga turned reverend.
Oh God.
Wow.
Damn. I can't confirm it. I mean, I know Killer, but a lot of people feel this way. I mean, Mase denied it.
I mean, he definitely left New York because of Jemaine. That's not nobody's opinion. That's a fact.
But how do we know
and
that?
it is.
He just chose another life. He chose God.
After he had this beef, I would have chose God too. You know.
No disrespect. You left too. Let's keep it 100. You left too.
No.
You
I
left
didn't
too.
leave.
You went to Atlanta too. What, you became a pastor as well?
No.
You left. You went to Atlanta. Yeah, don't get nervous.
Yeah, no. I did go to Atlanta, but I've been back. I've been back
That's it.
10 years.
Ooh.
I've been back 10 years.
You talk spicy to me.
In Harlem. In Harlem.
Mase has been in Harlem as well.
Where?
G, chill. Don't
I haven't seen him. I mean, but listen, he living his life. I mean, it is.
Would you have a conversation with him though?
Absolutely.
And would you express to him that you think, because a lot of people do have a problem with that though. But the thing is, this is my issue, and I don't know the situation, but I heard about the Pop Lotti and Baby Maine, but they had an issue prior. So right? They had an issue prior. So how are we blaming Mase if the issue was already in the street between them two? I'm asking you a question.
I would say, like I said,
because a lot of people, and let me just say this: I wasn't there. I'm not saying I was there. I'm not saying who's right or wrong.
Right.
It's just questions that I have because they had a problem prior, and then but how can Mase take the blame for that if they had an issue already? Like, how can you explain to me or to the people, like, how do you blame Mase if these people already had an issue? They already had a street problem between each other. So,
But she's saying that if I could be wrong, but she said Mase kind of hyped it a little bit.
Right, I think it
made
was
worse than
more
what
intensified
made it
because
worse.
right, and then like I said, I mean, he had a couple of dollars. What?
I'm listening.
He had a couple of dollars. From my understanding, he took Pop down there with him to Atlanta. I don't know what transpired between that. I don't know what he said to the other guy, who was like, he was just like always on 1,000 with the nonsense. So I just think that it seems like they was going more hard, especially the other guy, with Maine, because he had absolutely no reason to. It was no reason.
Did they ever get the chain back?
No, I don't know what Maine did with that chain, to be honest with you, but yeah.
How did he take it off Cardan's neck?
How? He just took it. That's it.
At Gauchos, you said.
Yeah, Gauchos
Who's
Gym
Cardan,
in the
G?
Bronx.
He one of Mase artists.
Yeah.
He never really got like that.
Yeah, he was.
He didn't
he was
get
a little.
that.
He was a rapper on
He had a song
the
out?
Harlem World. Yeah, I don't know if he had a song or they had that.
He probably was. I think he was featured on.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. He didn't really get that
shine.
that look like that. But he was.
Yeah.
People knew Cardan with Mase. Yeah, he always shot him out like that.
What about Baby Stace? You knew her?
Yeah, Stacey and my sister were good friends.
What was going on that day in Gaucho's gym? They had like a party or something. Or
No, they used to always
basketball
have
game?
like basketball games.
Yeah.
Wow.
I played Gauchos back in the day too. I used to play.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate. Rest in peace to Pop Lotti and
Yeah, absolutely.
So now these things happen. I heard that you end up moving. Why did you move to Atlanta?
I moved because and I moved like 5 years after Jemaine got killed. His death really hit me hard, because I know it came to a point where the shootouts was getting crazy, and he was tired. He was like, I just want to make my money and do me. And after he died, I don't know, Lou heard something, and Lou was like, yo, T, you just need to get out of there. I need you to, go somewhere and chill. You walking around, you still angry. You snapping on people.
You were snapping on people?
Like, if I've seen somebody that was cool with them and then they look like they had a smile on their face, I'm saying something, and they like, yo, you bugging. I ain't laughing about that. So he was like, supposedly somebody said that they was going to do something to me. So, Lou said, you better not touch a hair on her head. But he said, I could say that, but I'm not there. Right. So won't you just go somewhere and just chill? So that's how I got down south. Yeah.
How did you find a house? I mean, how did it happen? Who you move with?
First I went and stayed with my cousin for about a month. Because I had my cousins was already down there. Because my daughter had already been spending summers down there with her cousin. So I went down there and stayed with my cousin for a month. Then I moved to Loganville, a little townhome apartment. And yeah.
How old is your daughter now?
She's 28.
So you staying down there and then you had to decide to come back?
Yeah, because my daughter went to college and I could make more money up here to support her. So she didn't have to work while she was in
Stop being
school.
on the run, basically.
I wasn't really on the run.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm very sure. I was just chilling.
But you out here walking around on some Alpo shit.
I was just...
What?
Crazy.
What?
He walking around. What?
Yeah.
Is he not?
Yeah.
But you didn't tell. Well, sorry.
I was on my Alpo shit before Alpo.
Mm.
You ain't telling nobody.
No.
Alpo called in the show.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel? You looked a little startled, a little bit. Not startled, like scared, but like caught you off guard. Tell us.
Everybody was like, "Oh, you were scared, you were shy." I really wasn't. I knew he was listening, because Boogaloo was on the show. So I had heard that he was listening to what Boogaloo was saying. Boogaloo was still in the studio when I was being interviewed. So when he called in,
Which is Gangsta Lou, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. So when he called, I'm looking at Boogaloo and Boogaloo just shaking his head, I guess confirming that that's him. I mean, I knew it was him, but I was just kind of shocked that he even called the show. But yeah, I wasn't shocked that it was him.
What was Lou's mannerism when he called?
He just was looking at me and just shook his head. He was just sitting in the chair quiet.
And he basically called not to bother you, but to let Lou
I
know.
think let Lou know that he was listening.
Have you seen Alpo yet?
Yes, I have. He's in Harlem all the time.
Yo, no, stop. Chill, man. Chill.
I mean,
Alpo Harlem?
all the time.
What's his vibe like out there when he's in? Like,
He's chilling.
he's chilling.
He's chilling.
He's good.
Harlem is his home.
You seen him? That went out?
Yeah. I seen him at a spot with some other people, but we didn't go out.
You spoke to him?
Yeah.
Gave him a hug?
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, what's up? I mean, listen, I ain't got no problem with him. He ain't do nothing to me. I don't understand what people be talking about. I don't get it.
What do you mean when people be talking about? What they be saying?
Oh, why people mess with him? Why people talk to him? He killed Rich. Okay, Jason killed Al. Niggas get murdered every day, right?
They just try every day, B.
Right.
You be alright. You tough, right?
I mean, I don't get it. I mean, it happens, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong. Whoever loved Rich and don't want to mess with him, I get it. Whoever don't like snitches, I get it. But like he said, T, I did what I had to do for me. People could do what they want to do for them.
I heard he's running around taking pictures with people that talk about him.
That talked about him?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know he's checking on people. It ain't taking pictures. I think he's checking people who he heard say things either when he was in jail or whatever.
What do you mean checking them?
Checking their temperature.
Alpo gotta chill, man.
I think his thing is this.
He gonna watch this.
No, but you know what? The thing is this. He's not out there starting trouble with nobody or nothing. But again, If you say something about somebody and a person comes to you, he just wants to know, do we have an issue? Why did you say those things? And I heard a lot of people are backtracking on the things that they said, like rappers and some other people.
Do you think that? Well, Lou had a lot to say up here. Hold up. You made a face, so let me
What?
just.
No, I didn't. Go ahead.
Don't let me, because once I close this down, I'm gonna go in. I don't want to. I'm in a good space with you.
Okay.
So let's put this right back. Lou had things to say.
Okay.
I guess they got some sort of history. Do you think that? Hopefully, it's peace between those brothers. At a time, because we. But do you think Lou is a guy that will sort of backtrack on his words? Knowing him, you know him, right? You know him.
Yeah, I know Boogaloo. I know Albert. Would he backtrack? I don't know, but if he say the things to Albert, like if he come at him the way he's been on these shows, I'm not sure it's gonna. It might be an issue. I'll say that. I'll say that.
So you try to say Alpo didn't grow mentally? You don't think?
I think he grew. No, yeah, because he's like, T, I just want to live my life. That's it. But
rest in peace, his mom. We heard his mom just
yeah,
passed
his mother
away.
and his sister. Yeah, within days. That was kind of like
Sister
yeah.
passed away as well.
His sister died first, and then the mother died days after his sister.
What did his sister die from?
I think she had cancer.
Okay, rest in peace to them both.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So he said he just want to live his life.
Yeah, he like, to meet him is to understand why his friends that he had from before still deal with him. He's very personable. He's very charismatic. He like to laugh and play all day. Like, he's not running around on some gangster, I'm out. Nope. What something he said to me? He said, T, the streets made Alpo. They made him into this person who they wanted him to be. But when I did what I did, they mad. He said they made this person, yeah, my name Alpo, but they made him into this, whatever.
Martyr.
Right.
Does he have any children?
Yes, he has sons.
Who's his son?
I don't know his sons.
There's a guy named Paparazzi Poe.
I'm not sure about that one.
Why? Why are you not sure about that one?
I may have asked him about that.
And what did he say?
He's not sure about that one. He has 2 other sons.
Wait, we ain't gonna play my man Paparazzi Poe.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure about that one.
Well, no. Well, we need to be sure.
Yeah.
No.
I know 2 other sons, not 3 sons.
We need to be sure about Paparazzi.
Okay, well, maybe I have Albert call you guys and tell y'all if that is or isn't. I don't know.
People been requesting, and listen, I'm not, salute. I'm not in nobody's business, but people think that if you read the comments, if you read everything, they've been saying like, yo, Flip, would you interview Alpo? Would you interview Alpo? First of all, I don't think Alpo would do an interview. I think he met up with a blogger before. He tried to meet up with another blogger. This is me. I don't know anything about him. I have no issue with him. And if he was to do a story, he wanted to talk about the story, I'll listen.
Why not?
You know what I'm saying, why not? But people be like, they keep talking about him, bro. And it's like, I don't know him. I don't got no contact, but they keep asking in the comments, and it's too much. Yeah. Cuban Link videos and all these videos, they're like, yo, Alpo, we asked for Alpo. How the fuck? I don't know him. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I see them walking around.
I mean, they're getting these great stories and the great content, so they want to hear, it's kind of like a little teaser a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They want to hear everybody's point of view.
Nah, but she need to put respect on Paparazzi Poe name. I don't care.
I think him and Albert have spoken not too long ago, but
they don't look similar to you, no?
Mm-mm.
Wow. Because I know you ask. You don't give a fuck. You ask questions.
Yeah, I do.
And he said he don't know.
Yeah, I know they've spoken recently.
Oh, you don't want to really say what he said?
No, but I know who the other two sons are.
You know them.
I don't know them personally, but I know.
They outside.
Right. I know. But this guy, I'm not sure.
Did he know this guy's mom?
I'm not really sure about that. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, look, paparazzi Poe. Yeah. So what's next for Ms.Tee?
I got another book out called Snitching.
Just like.
It came out about a month ago. What's that?
No, I was saying they look just like. It's crazy.
Oh.
She don't think they look alike.
No comment, right? Okay, you got
it don't matter. I mean, if it's
the books out. You said.
yeah,
Cool,
I got a new book out. But somebody had asked me to do a book on snitches, and upon research, I'm like, listen, I don't know why people concern themselves with snitches. I named the book Snitching. The streets are fair game, but the game has never been fair, and that's a fact. The government will always afford that opportunity. Somebody will always take them up on that opportunity. So why are we mad at snitches?